don't think you're the boom booms. I hope not. No, you're not. Okay. I was worried for no reason. Hello everyone, this is Fallen Dice, and welcome to episode 89 of our Rebirth playthrough of 7 Days to Die, The Purge. So, don't need those. So, pick it back up after our last episode. So as you can see, we have started to separate things. So, paintings and rugs, we have some. I put a little display cases as well. Lighting, we have a little bit, but we need more. We definitely need more. I have a lot of bedroom, living room stuff, sectional things, but again, I feel like I have less kind of in some of the ways of like the sectionals and things. Kitchen and dining rooms, we're going to continually need more of these kind of things. Especially I've got like one coffee maker, 2 ovens, 3 monitors. Yeah, so I definitely need more of that. Bathrooms, wouldn't mind a few more of these clawfoot tubs, some more of these pedestal sinks. So we are not done collecting. Another thing too, I wanted to. No, I think I already did the last one. Sorry, I get mixed up in which ones I did. Where I kind of talk about how I want to change things a little bit. I'm leaning more and more towards just taking this entire first floor as my home. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make that a office, a bedroom here. I might expand the bedroom back. I don't know. When we get to that area or that time, we'll look into it. But what I do realize is I would like to have a bigger, I want a home studio, like a home theater, like we kind of did in the last one. So I've got to look and find where we can find a place to set that up that will take into account the structural supports and things. I don't need those there. I don't know why I put them there unless it was just trying to originally copy what was going on over here. Not needed. And technically I could probably do the same thing here and remove all this whole section here because it's not structural. So we got work to do when we finally get around to that. The biggest area maybe, again, I might have to, well, let's look up here real fast. So this tells me exactly where my space is. So you can kind of see that with this being the center, I've got from here to here and like back like this. So maybe if I set the theater up kind of going this way, something off to the side, I could also set the theater up back here. That might actually be a better angle because I've got this entire width here if I want to keep these situated, and I could end the hallway, right up here, so that gives this entire space for the theater. Maybe use this whole side area here. So let's say if we ran the wall all the way across here for our studio, same thing kind of across to here and then up to there, nice big studio. But I would have this whole area here, say for our workout room, with great views kind of going out there. We could even put make this over here could be like a locker room, so we could do a bathroom here, make this a locker room kind of area. And then we don't have to decide what to put in here. I'm actually already starting to like that thought. What else am I missing? Well, I'll think about that. But yeah, so again, we'll call this first floor would be like our house. So what I'm talking over here was basically we would remove all of this stuff here. I should definitely not let blocks fall and break. Yeah, so if I went like this, we could make this a 2-wide door coming in. Or, actually, again, see, I'm living off the previous one. Look at the space that we have empty here, and for what reason? Because it goes to there. This is, yeah, I can definitely get rid of all this. So, see, again, it's opening up. This, because I want a huge theater room. I want something that really has, it's really sizable. sizable. But yeah, I'm looking for something bigger. So if we now decide that, yes, we're going to take that over there, I could basically say, well, we can still use these inset areas for like snacks or some kind of food service area. This, of course, we would want to fully complete. So technically, I could enlarge this space. Well, maybe enlarge this space. But I would probably want to... Is this part of... Yes, see, this is all part of our solidified to bedrock support. So that's kind of like this. Again, what happens if I come over here? I'm just looking to see if at any point I expose the ladder or the stairwell. And obviously we got to go with a much higher ceiling here. I'm thinking at some point I do, yep. But based on how I do the stadium seating, so to say, I could possibly... Wait, never mind. See, again, I think part of this is mirroring, I guess. So I have not exposed at all. So what happens here? If I open this up, see, this is now, look at, there we go. So now we can see where the actual stairwell goes. This is a partial block, so I'm going to remove these for now. Because some of these may be sheets, and some of these may be actual blocks if we decide for whatever we want to put up to take up that space. But now I've got, yes, a very huge space that's now opened up here for my home theater. And this is a lot easier than what I was doing before. I'm telling you right now, like when I said I was like almost pulling my hair out, and it was just because flipping it 180, trying to copy and match up. But now that I'm doing my own little thing here, so, and then, hold on. So, I have not used these before, but I want to now. So, top right. So, if I set this up there, there, kind of like this, bottom, top left. That looks exactly... It looks the same. Wait, and then it connects in. Okay, there we go. Bottom. So then I can just literally walk this down. Now, the reason why I would do this is to give the... what's the word we're looking for? To give the simulation or the belief that what we're doing... Okay. Oh, because yeah. To give, to make it look like that we can close this off and darken it. I mean, it already it's cool kind of that way. So something I hadn't worked with before, but I'm excited that I worked with now. So there we go. So this is the light. Again, I'm not going to put the theater here because it's not a big enough wall. So technically, the wall needs to be here. So, okay, now we're getting somewhere. So I could, for sure, choose to completely close this off. And I wasn't planning on really kind of making this a design part or design bit for our series here, but now that I'm actually finally kind of the juices are flowing. Okay, so I like this here. So technically, if we're to center this, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I were to make it a 5 by 5, it would kind of go, yeah. So let's say we I want to do sheets, except for where we're going to be putting the actual screen. So across the bottom floor, I can do like a sheet here, but we're gonna do, I would say, and I can put this sheets up to here, and then we want to go with our plates again, I think. But I would like to go bigger plates so it sticks out a little bit. Okay, so at here we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, so this is how we cover up the stairway. Okay. And it's centered from over here, pathway coming in. So now we'll have our chairs and stuff sitting up here, at least getting up to 2 to possibly 3 rows. Okay. All right, I like this. So this is our theater room. We're going to make this kind of fancy and everything. I'll decide what I want to do with the rest of here. In here, I think we're going to make this a bathroom. That's off of here. And then again, like I was saying, over in this spot. Is this going into there? No. Okay, there we go. So, if we were to make this a workout area, what if we decided to make this a straight flat wall? It's going to give us symmetry on this room from here to here. This is kind of how we would get in through there. But by doing that, and I think that means I'm going to also get rid of this 3-high ceiling as well for in here. Again, this is going to be now our gym. It's going to be our home gym. I keep saying workout area, but let's call it what it is. It's a gym. So, large-ish space here. So let's say we don't put anything here so that I can do this. If I went up like this, door goes here. Again, we'll see how things look, but I like this here so I can put maybe like we're going to stick the stuff where you would, some stuff over here, but actually we might need to actually put some blinds up as well. I'm going to use a lot of blinds, I think, in this build now. Okay, so we come in here. Do I want to do it like this? Honestly, this seems like a better, and then I can get rid of those 2 sheets. So again, I can build everything on here. The only difference is it takes away from my centered, so maybe what I need to do is put it along the wall like this. Shoot. Except for you're still kind of in the way there. Or, hold on. Okay. What if we ran this down like this? So again, it still doesn't go all the way up to the wall, but then that gives me the ability. Like I would like to be able to put that quarter up here, but unfortunately there's really no way for me to do that because there's not like a plate and a half. Like I couldn't do, like, see how these are? If there was something like this that I could do, I would be more willing to do that. Or even like one of these, so pull plate. Yeah, I really wish there was one that had that, because I would like to be able to put the extra partial over here, but I can't. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Sheet. We're going to put you here. put you there. Hold on, and we take you out. I may have to do this, but it doesn't really make sense anymore, the way this is kind of... Okay, right? So what if then I put you like that there? And I think that we're going to have to do the same thing down here. It made more sense to have the rails when the rails are out in the open. But since they're not... Okay, this comes up here. I got my full, complete enclosure over there. Which now means... Hold up, hold up. Put you there. But I could technically now put you like this. Or do I even need to? No, I don't. I can go back to my original design. Hold on. There we go. I go back to this design. I like this. Okay, good. Now, if I wanted to, though, I still could add a little bit more on the side. Let me just see how that looks. Again, I'm just kind of curious. And that's because we have the door there. So it more centers it to the room. Okay. I like this. Question is, so this is a space that has to be... If we're going to do our... But what we could do is if we're going to do more of this, 1, 2... So, you know, sometimes you do have to put certain things in the space to kind of... As everybody knows, you do need structural. Okay, so that goes over to there. What can I do over to here? Yeah, I could take out another whole layer here. So I really wasn't planning on doing redesigning, but again, we're designing our part of the base housing. Okay, so we're gonna basically, so here's our pathway now. Becomes a single wide passageway. And I could turn this into like a library. And I can definitely square this off now. Just like on the other side. I don't actually need it to be like this. Or do I? I guess I sort of do. For a second there, I thought I had it. So I do need entrance in here. Question is, do I need the full? Alright. Okay. Gym is here. Now what I could do to lessen the impact here since I can't put anything there anyway, we can do something similar to what we did back at the for the supports at our last base. Looking for this top block. This one, there we go, wedge tip, right? There we are. So say I went like that. Just to give this kind of a different look and feel. I don't know if it stays or not. Okay, so that's over here. You can kind of see that this is like sort of like a support. I like that. It still covers all of my blocks. And technically, I don't even need it here. I just need it on these ones over there. But I do like the way it looks. Alright. Again, put a lot of exercise equipment around. We were going to have a... Okay, there we go. Almost want to do that here as well now. Okay. We are going to do a bit of purging today too. That's the other part of what we're going to be doing today is just purging. Okay, yep. So you needed to be this and put a regular block inside of it. And then if I put this on face, again, I like this when it's in these corners because it really gives more of a reason for why putting it like that next to it, although it doesn't. So I think there, I'm just going to use a sheet. I'm going to use a lot more sheets, I think, here today than normally. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. We might change that. Alright, and that's over here. Okay, we're good there. Again, I do need a locker room, which means I think I'm going to cover this up. This is just going to be whatever room we make, this is going to be that. And what could I do here? So these two both need to really be covered. So if we went like this, and then we'll call this our locker room. That gives me 1, 2... And I suppose for the locker room, I wouldn't mind a bigger one. Shoot. There. Bathroom. Gym. So do we maybe shrink down the gym a little bit for the purpose of expanding the locker room? Again, I know there's certain parts of this that will need to be 3 high for the ceilings. Alright. Alright, we gotta find how we want to do. Alright, now hold on. Back and grab you. So if we say did this, let's go back to on face just to make this quicker and easier. Again, I'm starting to like how this looks. I could still do something like this. Let's go with the bigger version of that though. It's so hard to see when it's whoops. Let's copy you. And then if I take and put you up. I still get my full support, give a different look and texture, but I think this makes for a better locker room. Okay, I like that. Again, I just need to figure out what I want to do with this space here now. And just so it doesn't stand out as a weird thing, I think I might just double this wall here, just to give me a flat edge. And then that makes this a full flat room. And then I can maybe make this like a library. Okay. I like library, home gym, locker room, which the locker room doesn't need to feed into the library. It should only be a break off of the home gym. This is just here by itself, fully autonomous. Big theater room, which we're going to have set up with the seating, and then we got a bathroom there. Okay, I think now I am much happier with what we have. Okay, so again, we've got the big giant dining room. We've got the pantry, which will be for, like, you know, storing food. So we can use this to put some little nooks of coolers and whatnot. There's our kitchen, our breakfast nook. And then we just got to figure here. This is our closet, which maybe now we do this again with here, similar to our other areas. I find something that can kind of fit in there. So I did pick up some interesting things, some closet things, but let's say if I did put this here, I could put shelves up in here. I could put like let's do our pillar but centered, nice size one. Fully shift it. There we go. So it's kind of like hanging up your clothes here. Put some shelves there. Gives me an actual legitimate feeling. Bathroom now. So I really think that maybe I should probably expand out the bedroom. Okay, pick you up. Okay, let's see how this turns out here. Okay, so the beds are a 2-block wide thing. Right now, this kind of centers this part of the room again. What I may want to do is put the door in a different position. So if I put the bed here with the door there, it's still centered. 2 wide bed. Got something there. And then how can we change the looks of this again? We're almost good here. I just need, let's put corner. Let's see what all we have for corner items. Inside corner. Okay. 3M. Okay, and then that's this. So if we were to... Again, I'm just trying things here. Okay, yep, that fits into there. I wish I could put like a TV there, but that's not how that works. But there should be... Is it 1/4? Corner? No, it's not. That's way... Okay, nope. So I think that would have actually... Hold on. There we go. That now we're... I'm cooking. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I wanted that there. That there. So if I take you and I put you like that, that gives me like the feel of... Okay, and then we switch this to... Well, hold on. Okay, hold up. Now we need a half. Oh boy. Alright. Which one are you? Okay, I don't think you're the boom booms. I hope not. No, you're not. Okay. I was worried for no reason. Interesting. Now you are stopping him from getting in. That's unexpected. Okay, well, let's take you out. Okay, you guys are actually getting in now. Yep, there's a streamer, I figured. That was only a matter of time. Okay, we definitely got healers. Where is our other buffer? It's got to be her. Yep. Alright, let's get her dead, and then the other one should go down pretty quickly. I think that's what's keeping everybody from dying, is her. Alright, there we go. Should be able to take you, yeah. And I know we got some more Screamer stuff coming, but it's fine. As long as it's not the Death Whisper. Boy, you are still hard to take down. Holy cow. So, I'm confused now because this is definitely stopping him from getting in. But when on my multiplayer game for Evo, the Seekers just walked through wherever they wanted to. Interesting. Okay. Oh man, it's starting to get late. It's starting to get late. Okay, we're gonna have to come back later to what we're doing over here. We don't have time if I'm gonna try to finish this up today. I sorry about that. I spent way more time prepping that than I thought I was going to, but it's 1700, so we still have some time here. I guess we'll head there. Let's take out this little cluster. Hit up the Mo's Electronics, and we'll hit up that little... And then we'll head up over there. Okay, so we're making progress. Alright, and I could have actually made myself a whole new weapon, and I forgot that, but that's what happens when you just get sidetracked and derailed. So we'll do a little bit more, although actually this is a pretty good place to be in for some of the technology we're looking for. I can grab all of you while we're still at it. You guys are... I should also maybe start just carrying with me basic repair type of stuff. Because I think that's part of what my problem is there's some really cool things that I see that I want, and I can't have it because I break it. Pick up all of you. Seem to have a lot of stuff making noise outside. Okay, big TV. Grab the speakers. I'm going to grab all the TVs. Like I said, this actually turned out to be a really good spot. We got more of the track lighting, which is something else I've been wanting. Alright, we should have, yep, movie posters in here. I like, grab the couch sections. Big TV again. More speakers. That was something I was actually short on on our last build, was speakers. So luckily this place really came in clutch for us for stuff like that. Alright. Yeah. I know we're gonna need a few of them coming out of these boxes. Yep, there we go. Been playing some of the 2.0. It's interesting what they've done with the skills and stuff. It's really weird when you're dependent on books again, after so long of having learned by doing and things. And then stuff crawling out of too high spots is interesting as well. Oh yeah, we're grabbing all of these big old industrial fluorescents. Yes. Still have one location that we haven't killed, and it's... Where are you? You're over here. Okay. Done. Okay, we've got it cleared. I will say that actually was that again, this turned out really well for us. We got some really good stuff out of here. All right. Is there any more? Oh, wow. Yeah, more of these big lights. Okay. So now we got this little spot over there. I'm getting the idea that we weren't going in the front door. Going through and seeing what I actually had gave me the realization that I'm not as overstocked with furnishings as I maybe thought I was. Assuming somewhere over here there's going to be some fake walls. I'm interested in possibly trying also on the 2.0 a playthrough, an intelligence playthrough, because of the stun batons, and when you getting those leveled up and having them like constantly fully charged it's for some unique gameplay. I really like that. I know there's some other things that there's a few builds now that are like OP. But I like a lot of the things that come with the intelligence tree, especially when it comes to traders and what they have in their inventory, which is a lot of times a big thing. So to fully max out the traders, you need to, I believe it is, you need to fully max out intelligence. Sad thing is the bow version of the sniper, like the stealth sniper, apparently that's no longer a viable option, which is sad. Man, that's a really tall bathroom. Many alphas are playing that game style, and now it's like no longer. Why am I breaking those? I should be picking those up. No longer the option that it was. I mean, yes, you still can do it, but it's not as OP as some of these other builds are. Oh, there we go. We just need to go up and over. Again, all these types of things. I don't know how many soda machines I'm going to want to set up, but I have the option if I want it. I think we just also opened up a new airdrop. Yep, there it is. I was going to say, I think we did. What do we have left? Okay, so we've come through all this stuff. Up here. Okay, we haven't done that yet. Interesting. But it's 21:30. Okay, so that's going to have to be where we're going to do it tomorrow. Alrighty, basically landed on top of me. Okay, yep, we got a lot of these. These are the kind of, I think, zombies that we need for our immunity buff. We just hit the midnight hour. Well, not the midnight hour, but the final hour where I want to start doing my side stuff. So I'm going to use the overnight time to go through and finish up what I was trying to do on that other side of our first floor. So I'm comfortable now in the fact that that is going to be our new home, that we are going to take up that entire first floor, and then I'll just have to come up with some generic stuff to do on the interesting. Yeah, to do on the following floors, so all the other ones that aren't going to be our own home. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please go ahead and leave a like. If you have not already subscribed, I would also appreciate very much if you consider that. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.